Very good morning everyone. Welcome back to Life with IoT channel. So today I am going to teach about home automation using Firebase Cloud. It is an effective cloud where you can do your home automation kind of projects. You can add any many sensors you wish, and the controlling is done with the help of a cloud, or otherwise you can create your own simple app that could control your home appliances. So that I am going to explain it today. And here we will start with our header file. So ESP8266 Wi-Fi.h is most widely used because we are going to use our NodeMCU device for controlling our home appliances. So for this controller, it will be having some inbuilt Wi-Fi connection. In order to enable that, we are having this particular library. And next one is a Firebase Arduino.h, in which you will be having all the Firebase related communication codings in this particular library. And this particular library you have to download and install before you start with the project. Okay, so for that you have to copy this particular library and go to your Google and you type this particular library. Okay, so you paste it and search for that, and you will be directed towards that github.com, and click on to this GitHub link. So here you can download your code by clicking this particular icon. Download zip, if you click, then code will be downloaded. So already I have downloaded, so I am not doing that. So after downloading that, you have to include this library. Since I have downloaded already, I am going to directly sketch and include library and click on add zip library. So direct the folder where you have pasted this library. So in my case I have pasted in desktop. So click on desktop and select that library and click open. Now this particular library will be installed, so that you will be getting this blue color line library added to your library files, check including library menu. So it means that you have been added this particular library. And next one is a definition of your Firebase host and authentication, and this particular thing is necessary because you are going to communicate to the Firebase cloud. So for communicating to the Firebase cloud, you are in need of this host ID and authentication. So that for that you can go to again Chrome window and type Firebase and search for that. It will direct you to the firebase.google.com website, or otherwise simply you type like Firebase alone, then in the Google search you will be getting the first link as firebase.google.com. By clicking on this also you can direct it towards this particular website. So this is the cloud site, and here we have very many features. So click on to this sign in button, and it will ask you about your Google account. If you have any Google account logged in already, then that will be directly taken, or if not, you can install this particular account. So I am clicking onto my fake account and enter your details, password. Next it will direct you towards the Firebase Google account, and here in the console only you are going to create your project. So top right corner you click on to this, go to console. It takes a few seconds to open up your cloud, and here you have the add project command. So click on to this plus symbol or add project button, and here it will be asking you about the project name. So in my case I am telling it as home automation. So home automation is my name, so it will automatically create one name for this, your project name, and click on continue. And here again you have to enable this global analytics for this project, because if any analytics related with this project will be sent to you. So next click on continue, and here you have to select your account. So select as default account for Firebase. It means it will be connected with my Gmail account, and I can click on this create project icon, and it will take few seconds to create my project. And after the project is ready, you will be getting this 3 dot, and your name of the project will be home automation. Your project is ready, like that it will show. Then click on continue, and directly it will leads to your project page. And here in the database, you have to create one database for your connection. So click on here, database, in the left menu. Since you haven't created any database, it will ask you to create the new one. So come down and choose this particular, or real-time database. Okay, so you have to create one real-time database now. So click on here, and it will be created in 2 modes, either in lock mode or in test mode. In the lock mode, your reading and writing process will be hidden, so only the test mode will be allowing you to read as well as write the data base content. Okay, so you click on to this start in test mode, so that your read mode will be true, write mode will be true, and you can click on enable. Now your database is getting ready. Sometimes when you enter into this page, you will be you may not be seeing this particular line sometimes, because you might have wrongly chosen the database. Okay, so you might have chosen like a cloud Firestore, in the sense you may not be seeing this one. Okay, so thing is that you have to go here and select your real-time database, so that you can get this particular link. And this is the link where you can communicate from your Node MCU to the cloud. So you click on here and copy it, Control C, you can copy, so that your project link will be copied. And go to your Arduino code, and here is your host name. So here, instead of this XX, you paste your link. Okay, so and you have to remember to remove this particular slash and the HTTPS / things. Okay, only the project name and firebase.com alone is required, and this is the Firebase host required for your code. And next one is your authentication key. For that, you have to go for this particular icon, that is gear shaped structure. So click here and click on to the project settings, and here you will be having your account details. So support email alone, you just click and add your email account. And here in the service account, you can get your authentication key. So go to service account, so here, and after clicking that, you have to click on to the database secrets, and under the database secret, you will be getting the key. Okay, so authentication key, here it is available. You click here show, and click on to this copy secret key, so that it will be copied, or otherwise you can double click and press Ctrl C also for copying the data. And this is the secret key which allows you to communicate. So here, instead of this authentication key, you paste it. Okay, better is that you can copy paste, because it is a combination of numbers and letters, so better you copy paste. And next one is an Wi-Fi SSID. So this Wi-Fi SSID will be needed because your controller needs to communicate to the cloud. Okay, so first it needs an internet connection. Via that internet connection only, it will be uploading the data into the cloud. Okay, so for that I am using my mobile phone hotspot as a Wi-Fi router for my case. So I am giving Wi-Fi hotspot name. So it's a case sensitive, so please be careful while typing this SSID. And password, the password which you are using for your hotspot, you have to give it here. And next one is your Firebase status. So here Firebase string will be created. So this will tell you what is the status of your four lights or 4 electrical equipments that is available in your home. So initially I am creating with an empty string, so it is in a string format. So four home appliances I am going to control, so I am going to create 4 status strings, and I am going to connect my things via these pins. Okay, in my node MCU I will be having D1 to D13 pins, so among that I am using first 4 pin D1, D2, D3 and D4. The corresponding variable LED1, LED2, LED3, LED4. It means that the corresponding pin will be configured to this particular variable. So hereafter in my code I can use only this variable for controlling D1 pin, D2 pin, D3 pin and D4 pin likewise. And in the setup I am giving the baud rate. The highest baud rate for this node MCU will be 1,15,200. This is the best one, and I am giving some delay for my code. And after that I have to configure my pin mode. Okay, so LED 1, 2, 3, 4 pins will be configured as output mode, because I am going to control my home appliances. If you are going to sense anything from your home, then you can set it as input mode, but in this case I am going to control, that is I am going to switch it on or switch it off. So it will be in output mode, so I am configuring all the 4 pins as output mode. And this is very important. I am initializing all my home appliances. So as soon as it is connected to the internet and it is controlled via this particular Firebase cloud, it must be started with the switch off mode. Okay, so in my case I am going to control the 230 voltage home appliances via this node MCU. So node MCU will be operated with 5 voltage, but your relay will be operating with the 230 voltage. So that can handle 230 voltage in the sense it will be turning on and off your home appliances directly. And for relay it will be reverse communication, or it is called as an active low communication. If you give 0, it will be turned on. If you give high, it will be turned off. So initially all the home appliances should be in turned off mode. So for that I am setting the command as high for all the LED pins. Okay, that is D1, D2, D3 and D4 pins. I am setting it as high. It means that that particular relay will be turned off. So all my home appliances will be in off mode at the beginning. Suppose if you fail to give this connection, then by mistake it may turn on or turned off. So unwantedly it will switch over. So in order to avoid that condition, we are ensuring that it will be turned off initially. Okay, when it is in automated mode. And this is the connection, the Wi-Fi begin. So I am going to establish an internet connection for my node MCU. So for that I am giving SSID and password. Okay. So this particular function Wi-Fi begin function will be used to establish a net connection for my node MCU device. Okay, by using the SSID and password which I have given here. Okay, and next one is it will tell me that to which network it is going to connect. So for that I am going to print in the serial monitor as connecting to this particular SSID. Okay, next one I am going to check whether the particular Wi-Fi connection is established or not by using this function. Okay, Wi-Fi.status will tell you whether the Wi-Fi connection is established or not. If it is not equal to connected, then I will be printing like ... in the serial monitor. Suppose if perfectly it is establishing a connection, then automatically this while loop fails and it will come out of this while loop, and it will print like connected to this particular SSID using this particular IP address. So the IP address which is used by my node MCU to connect with my hotspot will be given by this particular function Wi-Fi.local IP. And next one is a Firebase communication. So I am going to establish a communication between the Firebase to the node MCU via this particular function Firebase begin. So here I am going to use my host ID and authentication. So by using this host ID and authentication, it will communicate my cloud to the node MCU. Whatever the command I am sending from cloud, it will be received in the node MCU. So for that I am using this command, this function. And next one is I am going to read my initial status from the cloud. Okay, so before I am starting my work, or before I'm starting control my home appliances, I need to know what is the previous status of my devices is. Okay, so for that I'm going to see what is the status of the variables available in the cloud. So Firebase string dot s1, in the sense switch s1 will be in which mode, whether it is in on mode or off mode. So here for on I'm using 1, for off I'm using it as 0. Okay, so I'm going to use it in two modes, either it will be in automatic mode or manual mode. Initially it should be in a manual mode, that is via that switch box you have to control your home appliances. Like that one day I'm going to start at initial stage, and later when it is communicating to the cloud, then I'm going to switch it to automatic mode, where I can control my home appliances by using my app. Okay, so for automatic mode it must be 0, for manual mode it must be 1. So initially I'm going to start with manual mode, so S1 switch will be in 1 position, and S2, S3, S4 are the home appliances like TV, refrigerator, or my light, fan, everything I'm going to connect. So that particular device must be in turned off mode initially. Okay, so for that I am giving setting as 000. Okay, so this will be automatically set in my cloud. And next one is loop coding. So the setup coding will run only once. Okay, from here to here the setup coding will be run only once. Loop coding will be repeatedly done. Okay, so Firebase status I am going to read, because I am created 4 status variables. Each and every individual pin status I am going to read it from the cloud. So Firebase status 1 I am going to read for switch S1. Okay, so this is the command or the function to read the status of the switch. So firebase.getString of S1. So S1 will be created in the Firebase cloud, and the status will be read by using this function, and it will be stored in the Firebase status 1 variable. So this is a string variable. So here I am going to set either 0 or 1 in binary, but it will be read as a string, and it will be stored in this Firebase status 1. If my string read was is equal to 1, then I have to turn into manual mode. So that I am displaying in the serial monitor as serial println manual mode. And digital write command I am going to use for making all my relays will be turned off, because in the manual mode it has to be connected to the normally closed switch. Okay, so that position it has to be communicated. So for that I am using a high command for all my LEDs. So it means that it will be turn off everything, and simply it will be returning the function, because it is not going to use execute the rest of the lines, because it is in the manual mode. So I don't want to see about the status of the other switches. That is the meaning. Suppose if my Firebase string is not equal to 1, in the sense this if condition fails and else if condition will be executed. So here I will be comparing this Firebase status 1 with 0. Suppose if it is equal to 0, it means that it will be working in automatic mode, and now my digital write command will be LED 1 is equal to low. So it means that it will be switching into automatic mode. Now I am going to read my Firebase status 2. It means that I am going to control my home appliances now. So for Firebase status 2, I am going to read S2 switch via this particular function, and if it is equal to 0, LED will be turned off, that I am displaying in the serial monitor, and I am setting it as high. Suppose if it is equal to 1, Firebase string status is equal to 1, then LED has to be in on mode, and for that I am setting is low. So remember, this is inversely proportional. Okay, suppose if you directly connect LEDs to the node MCU, you have to give it like high, but since I am connecting my relay to the node MCU, so it is reversely operated. If I set low, it will be on. If I set high, it will be off. So that's the reason why I have misplaced like this. And again I am going to read the status of the S3 switch and storing it in the Firebase status 3 string. Suppose if it is 0, then LED will be turned off. So by that I am setting that high command to the LED 3, and if it is equal to 1 and it will be turned on, I am sending low command to the LED 3. Similarly for Firebase status 4, I am reading the switch status S4, and if it is equal to 0, I am going to turn off, and also I am sending high command to the LED 4, and if it is equal to 1, I am going to turn on. So the serial.println is for our indication, for our understanding. Through the serial monitor we can watch, and this particular command will execute that particular work. Okay, so actually that D4 pin will be set as low, so it will turn off the relay 4. And suppose by mistake the Wi-Fi connection is disabled, or if it is disconnected, then automatically it must be set it to manual mode, because if Wi-Fi connection fails, then automatically you lose the control. So you may not be able to operate your app as well as your switchboard connection. So that's the reason why if the Wi-Fi fails, I will be switching it to manual mode. So manual mode in the sense all the relays will be set to high. Okay, so that's all about the coding. Now you have to upload the code. Before that, you have to go to tools and ensure that the board has been chosen as NodeMCU 1.0 12E module. Okay, so for this you can go to this ESP8266 board module and select this particular NodeMCU 1.0 ESP 12E module. And next one, you have to again go to tools and select the port in which your NodeMCU is connected. So here in my case it is COM5. I am clicking on this, and you can click on to this upload button. So you can click here for verification, but if you directly press uploading also no problem. You can press Ctrl U also for uploading. Even if you press uploading, it will initially compile at first and then it will upload your code. Now my code was started uploading. So here you can see there is an uploading symbol, and also the percentage increases. Since I am using the advanced version of Arduino IDE, it will be doing like that. If you are using previous version, it will be like percentage, 28%, 50%, likewise it will increase. Since I am using 1.8.13, I am getting in this format. So depending upon the version of IDE, it will be shown differently. And after the uploading was done completely, you can get a command like done uploading, and here you can see there is a card resetting for run via RST like that. And you can click on to this serial monitor and ensure that your Wi-Fi connectivity is turned on. So if you want from the beginning, I will be clearing this and I will be clicking reset button. So it will give you the command like it is connecting to the Life with IoT SSID. And once if the connection is established, then it will be giving you it is connected in status, and the IP address also it will give you. Okay, and initially it will begin with the manual mode of operation. Now you can see this is the connection I have done, and here this is a relay, 4-channel relay I have connected, and from here D1, D2, D3, D4 I have connected my relays, and I have given 5 voltage from my V-in pin and ground supply for my relay. And next one, I am instead of using 230 voltage, I have connected my 3.3 voltage from the NodeMCU to this relays. Okay, because it is safe to operate. And here all the center points I have connected output terminals. Okay, each and every relay will have center terminal, so that I am giving to the LEDs, that is my output terminal. And the right side terminal will be your normally opened connection that I have short circuited. So say third to fourth, fourth to second, second to first. Likewise, all the normally opened connection I have shorted, and that makes my LEDs to turn on and off. And the left side connection, I am this particular yellow, I am using it as manual mode. So where my switch box will be directly connected this one. So this will be acting like manual. So if I am touching the leftmost button, I will be getting my LEDs to turn on. So here second LED and first LED. So likewise, only my manual switches will work, the automated switches will not work. Okay, so this is called manual mode of operation. Now we will see how to control from automatic mode. So I am going to my Firebase Cloud, and here I am clicking on to this database. So here in this database you can see the switches will be created, because in our code in the setup part we have given these commands, right? So Firebase set string command, right? So because of this set string command, this is automatically creating the switch variable and it will assign with the previous initialized value. Okay, so here I am going to set it as 0 for automatic mode. Now my automatic mode has been changed. See, automatic mode has been changed, and also it will read the status of each and every LED from this particular cloud. Now the status of each and every LED I am going to change it as 1, so that you can see it here, the LEDs will be turned on. So second LED and the third LED. Okay, and if I turn off anything, that will work. So individually we can turn it off from here, so that will work. Okay, now it will be again going back into manual mode. So whatever I am doing, changing it here, it will be reflected in my LED connection. And thank you for watching. So I will close the session here. In the next video I will be telling you how to control this particular Firebase cloud by using our apps. Okay, so that I will post it in the second video. Thank you for watching.